Greetings, this is Bevin, an intuitive business mentor for empaths, lightworkers, and mystics, bringing you my series, 17 Concepts for Launching Your Spiritual, Holistic, or Creative Business. And today I'm going to share one short tip with all of you budding entrepreneurs out there. So let's dive right in. This is a question I get pretty often is, what do I start with first? When you're new to entrepreneurship, all the aspects of launching a business can be overwhelming. As a matter of fact, before I decided to make this video, I actually created a cup of tea. And of all the tea bags I had, the one I chose was stress relief because there's so many things you could do. Do you start by choosing a business name? Or do you build a website? Do you print business cards? Do you go to networking groups? Or do you write a blog or start a podcast? Oh my gosh, we just get into analysis paralysis, right? Especially highly sensitive people who do depth of processing. We just think about all these things and we think, I have to get it exactly right. So here's my tip for you. As a novice entrepreneur, you won't be sure what to pay attention to because every task in your business will seem equally important at the beginning, but they are not. Some activities that you engage in will be time consuming, and then you'll discover that they produce very few results. While other things that you do seem really simple, but they'll be quick and effective. Some of your ideas will manifest themselves immediately, and others will take much longer. And some of them, or a good portion of them, may never come to fruition. And this is completely normal. So just being clear, you can only focus on one thing at a time. Pick what feels most aligned with your heart to start with, and check that off your list. Then do the next thing and get that completed. Then do the next thing and get that completed. Now take a breath and a break for a moment and go back and revisit that first thing you did. And maybe you want to tweak it a little bit based on the new information or the experience that you've gained. And what you're going to do is just keep going step by step. It's like climbing a mountain. You don't just soar all the way up to the top. You take one step and another step, and sometimes you have to pause and sit on the rock for a minute, part of the way up, and go, okay, I need a breather. And you want to look out at the view as you get higher and higher on the mountain. So you're just going to keep going step by step. And this pulling back to observe how you're spending your time and what's happening is so, so important. I actually do a time study on myself and my business about twice a year. I just look at, how am I spending my time on a daily basis? What activities and responsibilities am I putting on my plate? What deadlines do I have every single week? How are people responding to the things I'm putting out there? Is the energy that I'm expending actually coming back? That's called the return on investment. Throughout this process, I realized that my time is as valuable as money, right? Because time is limited in this human experience. Your expansion of your business is entirely dependent upon your attention and focus. If you're not doing it, it's not going to expand. So the things that you're spending time on are really, really important. And as I've shared in some of my other videos, one of the ways that I gather intuitive messages and just really sense in on a daily basis what's happening in my business is through oracle decks. I do a variety of other things like drumming, ecstatic dance, and so forth, but this is one of my favorites. And this is the Sacred Rebels, which is great for entrepreneurs. And I just decided to tap into the bottom of the deck. So let me share this card with you. It's called The Perfection of Your Life. And let me make sure you can see that well. And in the background, you see this forest, and it's really stormy, right? There's a lot of clouds, a lot of fog. And this is how it can feel when you're a new entrepreneur. You're like, wow, I just can't understand how to get through the fog. But underneath, what's happening is this beautiful sacred geometry is being built, the structure, the perfection of your life. And, you know, highly sensitive people can also dive into this place of perfectionism, thinking we need to do everything and do it perfectly and make sure that it all happens. And we can get really disappointed and kind of up in our heads when that doesn't go that way. And so what we need to do is start to learn to trust that as we take one more step up this mountain, we're climbing, we're climbing, we're climbing, there is something being built. And that you are going to be able to step back every once in a while and take a look at that sacred geometry. You're going to take a look at that structure. You're going to start to see this flower of life that's unfolding for your business. And this is what you need to trust and be aware of, is that there is a perfection that's being developed, even when you feel that things are really foggy, even when it's rainy, even when it's muddy in your business. You are still creating that sacred space and that sacred geometry. In my program, the Wisdom Circle for Novice Entrepreneurs, we really talk a lot about the spiritual realm, you know, about imposter syndrome, about feeling overwhelmed, about, you know, focusing your energy and your time. It's one of the two aspects that we also combine that earthly realm, what it is to take those steps little bit by little bit. And you need both of these dimensions in order to create your conscious business. And, you know, the world is changing, my perceptive friends. The passion, the creativity, and the spiritual connection that you have inside of you is needed now more than ever. So I invite you to schedule a 30-minute Zoom chat with me to share your conscious business ideas. I would love to hear what's on your heart, what's on your mind, what you're thinking about doing. And we can explore with zero pressure whether the Wisdom Circle might be the right support system for you. I've included the link to my online calendar with this video. Just keep in mind that there is a perfection to your life, that what you want to create also wants to create you, and that by climbing this mountain, taking those step by step, you will start to clear that fog and you will start to see a solid through line to the work that you're meant to do here in this world. I look forward to chatting with you and to bringing you more of these tips in further videos. Thank you so much, my friends, and namaste.